Welcome to the Build Your Base podcast, all about building your strongest Bangkok life. Now, we had Richard Cowley, who is the APAC director for HYROX, on a year ago, and we talked all about what is HYROX, what's going on in APAC. A lot has happened since then. Really excited for the upcoming race. But first up, Richard, how has the last year been for you guys and everything at HYROX HQ?
Yeah, hi Jack, nice to meet you again. It's been absolutely great, to be honest with you. I mean, the sport itself it just kind of exploded, worldwide. I mean, last season, because we're talking seasons like the football season, essentially, 23-24, we had 250,000 athletes do our races. This season, we're projected basically to do 24-25, 600,000 athletes, 9,500 of them being the Thailand race. So, I mean, it's 100% growth year on year we're facing right now. So it's just blowing up. I mean, my LinkedIn and my WhatsApp is getting attacked quite regularly, with people trying to work with us and just trying to chat to me about HYROX, which is really good. It's a great position to be in. And, I'm very thankful for that, but obviously trying to stay grounded as well, because, things can change quickly. Like if another COVID comes along, things can happen like that. But right now it's just, it's a very exciting place to be in.
Awesome. So if anyone isn't quite sure, what is HYROX?
Yeah, so basically HYROX is the world's largest fitness race. It comprises of 8 1-kilometer run, 8 workout stations. So you basically run 1 kilometer, you then do a 1,000-meter ski erg, you run 1 kilometer, and you do a 50-meter sled push. Basically 8 stations, 8 runs. It's the same globally all around the world. So let's say, for example, you do a race in New York one week, then you fly to Hong Kong the week after, and you do another week. Next week you do a race in Sydney. It's the same everywhere. It's the same exact measurements, same exact equipment. And then basically you can choose your poison. You can race either the pro race, which is basically singles or doubles, which is the heaviest weight, or you can race single open, which is always by yourself. Or then you can do doubles. So for example, me and you, Jack, we do the runs together. We run 1 kilometer. Then we get to the ski erg. We split it up. We can do a 500, or a 600, 400, or however you like, as long as it's 1,000 meters. And then basically you split the stations. And then the relay, which is actually the real fun part, basically team of 4. So each person has to do by themselves 2K runs and 2 stations. So for example, I could start first. I could do the first kilometer run and the 1,000-meter ski erg. I come in transition. You then go out, do the second run, then the sled push, then the third guy does the third run and the sled pull, and so on and so on. But you can mix and match how you like. So you can do back-to-back stations, or you can just do basically, 1 of 5, 2 and 6, which is the advised way to do it. Or you can back-to-back, however you like. But the relay for us is kind of the entry level. People, if they want to taste a HYROX or try it out first, we definitely recommend doing a relay. And then, maybe stepping up to the doubles, then maybe the singles. And if you really want to push it, then you go obviously to the pro, which is heavyweight. A bit like a 5K, 10K, half marathon, full marathon. So we try to aim to be for everyone, and that's what we are trying to be.
Awesome. And we have about 12 weeks here until the first race.
Yeah.
Who can consider kind of doing a HYROX race in terms of like ability level, kind of at this stage, knowing that you've got 12 weeks to prepare as well? I mean,
basically anybody. We do really push ourselves as a fitness race for everybody. We have an adaptive category, which is about 11 or 12 different disabilities, essentially, that people can race in. So, we have people in wheelchairs compete, all different, or we have blind people compete. We have all types of people. So when people tell me I can't do this, I say, well, hey, guys, take a step back. You have a relay, a 2K, you have a 2K run, 2 workout sessions, no cutoff time. So anybody can do this. I think that's the first mindset that people need to get over is that, I can't do this. You definitely can, because, we have 600,000 people a year doing the race, from 16 years old to 85 years old. I would say, though, getting into a gym and doing the training is going to help you during the race, because like a marathon or even a half marathon, you probably should not rock up and just do it, because, your body's going to go into shock quite quickly after about 10K. So definitely recommend getting into the gym. And again, if you haven't done a HYROX race first, maybe start with the doubles, start with the relay to get in there, and then, have that natural progression, which I talked about. So, but, people who try it one time, they get hooked quite quickly, once they do it the first time. Wow, I want to try and see if I can beat my time the next time they want to do it. They want to step up and go from the doubles to the singles or singles to pros. So I definitely recommend, hitting up a gym, like if you're in Bangkok, like base, for example, to get that 12-week program, because you start to also build your confidence, and you realize actually I can do this, and then you start to realize, well, I'm not so strong on, say, wall balls. I need to work on my squat depth, or I'm not so strong on the sled. I need to work on my strength. So getting in there will give you a kind of a good level indicator where you're at, and give you a good target. Because I think, the beauty with HYROX is it's kind of course you're racing against other people, but really HYROX Race is you versus you, and what I love about that is that you can keep improving each time. I mean, my first race in Hong Kong, I did 106. The next race is 103, and I really want to try and hit that under an hour, which I think I can if I'm not working, which is hard because it's hard to work and race trying to get a good time. But that's what's fun about it, And I think the variation of training, running, pushing a sled and running, doing a ski erg, or it's like a mini decathlon essentially in a way. And I think that's what's fun about it. And we have so many people coming from different sports who love to train for it, because you're working literally every muscle in your body. With other sports, you're running, you're not really using your upper body really. You're using your lower body. So I think that's what the fun part is, the variation of training, and obviously working with gyms like yourself, Base. It allows people to really get that full body workout versus other sports that don't.
Absolutely. It's great to see just how it's kind of taken over Thailand, and so many people are talking about it. And clients that have asked me, am I ready for it? Do you think I can do it? I gave the exact same answer, just the relay, get 3 friends, have some fun with it, do 2 stations that you can do. And if it goes well, then next time you can look to do, doubles or something like that, kind of work your way up. So I really like how HYROX has kind of made it accessible for everyone, which is awesome. Tell us about Thailand, confirm, I guess, where and when it's coming to Thailand. And also, do you have any spots left in this upcoming race?
Yeah, so Thailand took us a little bit by surprise, I would say. I mean, we all knew that it was going to be potentially a big market. But if you told me, before we opened registrations that we sell out the first day in 18 hours, I would not have believed you. Honestly, I would not have believed you. It's basically the first time that's kind of a new market that's happened straight away. That it's sold out, in the first 18 hours. Obviously, all our events now sell out, but for a new market to sell out so quickly is pretty unusual. And then, we were looking at the registrations. I mean, I was clicking the button. It was like, boom, 200 more, 200 more. I mean, every second it was just going up. It was absolutely crazy. So we made the quite quick decision to basically open a second day, because we had so many people, as I discussed with you, trying to,
they couldn't get in.
Yeah, I can't get in. It's like, so we knew the demand was there. And of course, I'm not going to, lie. I mean, obviously financially it's great to do a second day for us as a business, but also we want to please people, right? I mean, we don't want to be opening a new event and then, 50% of people can't get in for it. We want to try and get people in. So we made a quite quick decision, based on the venue availability, to open a second day. So I think we opened it up we made the announcement within 4 days that we would do a second day. And then we opened it about 3 days later. And that basically sold out, 95% sold out in the first day as well. So, the demand was huge. So we do have a few tickets left, like the women's pro, the double pro women, for example, and a few of the kind of more niche ones. Left over, but I mean, I think within a week it's basically all going to go. But we already have, 9,000 tickets basically gone, which is the biggest ever in it for a new market in Thailand. So pleasantly surprised. It's a great problem to have, and I wish every market was like this in a way. But the response from Thailand has been amazing. I mean, it's 50% coming from overseas and 50% locals, which is really nice. And again, it really resonates the fact that where you do a race is how successful it's going to be. I mean, Thailand is the most visited destination globally as a tourist destination, right? I think they have 30 million tourists go there every single year. So it's cheap. The food is great. The people are very friendly, and people can hop in from anywhere pretty much in Asia. It's fairly centrally located from Australasia, from Asia as well. So cheap flights, cheap accommodation, cheap food, a great weekend away. And we know in Hong Kong, Taiwan, or wherever we have, so many people are making a vacation, a holiday out of it, So that's been great from that perspective as well. And same when we opened up Yokohama as well. You know, we saw a lot of people want to go to Japan because we basically announced both races at the Asian Championship at the same time before the Men Pro walked out, before Gabe Hegg walked out. It's like, you know, hey guys, by the way, boom, you know, opening Thailand and Yokohama, and we could see the people's faces, you know, in the audience go, wow, you know. So that was a really good play by us, I think. And yeah, but it's been amazing, really. And I think that in Southeast Asia, I mean, Singapore is big for us as well. You know, we did the world's largest one-day race there, 6,500 people last year in Singapore Stadium because we can. This year will be 2 days. So potentially it will be the largest two-day race globally if we sell out 12, 13,000 people. So yeah, I think it's going well. And having so many gyms now around the region, we've got 700 within our region right now and about 30 in Thailand. Being able to promote, obviously, the races to those gyms and those markets also helps the Thailand effect as well. So, you know, once we open up more races, you know, more new markets, hopefully it's going to be the same thing. And people, you know, hopefully the Thais will start to travel to other races as well because, you know, it is their sport, right? I mean, I race pretty much every weekend, do my trail running or road running, and that's my sport. That's what I do. And I don't just do one race a year. So hopefully we can have the same impact with Thais going to other races as well. But yeah, I mean, honestly, it's been phenomenal, really. Like I say, if you told me that when we launched, I wouldn't believe you. But yeah, it's been great.
Awesome. So there are other options then if someone didn't get into this Thailand race. They can go to Singapore, they can go to Yokohama. Yes. I believe you have something in China as well. Like, yeah, any other options in case anyone's like, damn, I missed it. I want to fly out.
Yeah, so we're running right now 6 races in what we do, 6 races in 5 months. So basically we've got Taiwan, which is going to sell out, which is almost sold out in April. In May, we have Korea, which is it's already 50% sold out in the first day, which is amazing. Thailand, which is basically pretty much sold out 1 week later. Then we have, in June, we have Singapore. July, we have Hong Kong. And then in August, we have Yokohama, first race in Japan. And in between that, they have Shanghai in April, which is 1 week before Taiwan. But so basically, essentially in our region, 7 races. And also Mumbai just opened as well. So 8 races in basically...
Yeah, I saw that.
Which is going to be pretty cool. So
you're a busy boy then.
Busy. I mean, my advice to anybody, and I always say this, please sign up as soon as registration opens. Not because obviously you'll get the cheapest tickets, but also because you're guaranteed a spot. I mean, if you don't, you know, you're not going to guarantee to get in. And we're finding right now in Europe, I mean, London just opened, London Olympia. I mean, people you just can't get a ticket. It's crazy. We talked about it earlier, but basically Glasgow, for those who don't know, I mean, we're doing a 5-day race in Glasgow. So the Wednesday is basically the elite race for the elite 15, which is the last race of the elite 15 proper. And then basically on the Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, it's the regular race. So they're now doing 4-day race. So 20,000 people doing a race, a 5,000 a day, but they had 80,000 people still trying to get in. So my advice to anybody who wants to get a race now for HYROX, please sign up the minute that it opens because you'll save your money for the cheapest tickets, plus you're guaranteed a slot.
Yeah, I made that mistake. Unfortunately, my doubles partner wasn't too happy with me. But fortunately, you released another day, so we were all good the second time round. But I was there at 4 p.m. ready to roll as soon as that second wave was released. So, Richard, I know some people are going to be asking this. I'm not quite sure what the policy is, but let's say someone's missed the Thailand race and they're absolutely gutted and they can't go to Yokohama or Mumbai. Is there any kind of like resale market, or you know, are you able to kind of transfer tickets? Is that something that can be done? Are there any options there?
Yep. So basically, you know, the best thing to do would obviously contact us. So we do have a policy whereby, let's say, for example, Thailand, you're injured or you have a proper, you know, story. What you can do is basically you can actually sell it to somebody. So there's a transfer ticket allows. So basically, say for example, you can't make it, you can transfer it in their name. You need to pay a small, you know,
transfer
crossover fee essentially. To us, but that can be basically done. So anybody who's looking for a ticket, you know, there are obviously people out there who are looking to sell their tickets, but my advice to them is to really double check that it's a legit ticket. Unfortunately, a lot of scammers out there who are, especially in Europe, are big races where they are getting scammed. You really need to check that person is actually legitimate with the correct ticket. But it can be done. You can transfer tickets, no problem,
Okay.
just as well.
Okay.
And then if you really can't make it, then, for example, you were injured, with a doctor's note, you could email us in, basically, and we can maybe accommodate, in that situation.
You might have a buyer, I guess, right? If someone's contacted you and then someone's sick, I guess you can broker that. Okay, then that's good to know. Good to know. And things change, right? People get injured, people get sick. One of our coaches has to go back home to the US. And he's looking to sell his pro ticket, for example. So good to know there's an option there. Richard, the question on everyone's lips: when will the next Thailand race be?
Well, we are looking at dates, and obviously due to the success, we definitely will be back. It's just right now we're trying to get our calendar aligned, basically, for 2026. Unfortunately, the biggest issue I have in my job is securing dates of venues and the venue availability and making sure everything's lined up, because obviously the difficulty with Asia that we have versus Europe, where you can drive, trucks from UK to France and do a race that week, the next weekend, is that shipping. Japan to Singapore is 1 month for shipping, for example, 25 days, 30 days. So we're trying to tie everything up so that, we can try to do our races. And my dream, basically, my aim is to try and do 12 races in 12 months in Asia alone. So that would mean one event a month. But with that, you need time to be able to ship the equipment from market to market. But I can pretty much guarantee there will be a Thailand race next year. It's just depending on dates. We have some dates in mind and venue availability. It's more about how do we align it with the other races. But I mean, due to the popularity, I think, we will definitely be back for sure. Nice. We're really looking forward to it. The team are really looking forward to it. If there's one race that the team are really looking forward to, and people that want to come from Europe to help out, it's the Thailand race for sure. Because again, it's a destination. It's an amazing country.
Yeah, it's a great place to be. It's an easy sell, I think, for anyone who wants a weekend away, for sure. Finally, Richard, if anyone's listening to this and they're doing the HYROX race, let's say their first HYROX race, just give us like 3 quick tips, maybe like a minute or so on each one, just to help them prepare.
Sure. I mean, HYROX, 50% is running. You've got to be run fit. I think that's what catches people out a lot the first time. They come in strong, they do CrossFit, they do the gym stuff, but they don't come in with the running. And if you're not run fit, you are going to get gas for sure, because it's part of it. And that's why we find runners do pretty well at HYROX, because they just have the running base and the endurance base. So that's my tip number 1. Tip number 2, definitely get into a HYROX gym, like base, for example. The fitter you are and the more prepared you are and the more knowledgeable you are about the movement standards, it's going to help you a lot. And obviously having your muscles prepared for, what's eventually going to happen is important. And I think, if you get a chance to do a sim, definitely recommend that. Or if you don't get a chance to do a sim, run under the conditions of what you would do in a race. So when I was training for my HYROX, me and my partner would go out in Hong Kong down to the waterfront. We'd do a 1K run, lunges, 1K run, burpees, get yourself race simulated basically as much as you can, because that's ultimately what's going to happen. That's going to help you. Those would be my 3 things. And I guess if there's a 4th, it's have fun. You against you. It's a lot of fun, and don't worry about the result. Just get out there, have fun, and I guarantee you, you're probably going to have, hopefully, the best race experience that you would ever have in your life. I hope.
Especially the first race, I think just go out there, see how you do. And then if you get, 130, then next time you can go for 125, right? But I think that first one, just use that as a benchmark. And like you said, have fun. And I did a simulation at base. It's something that we've been doing with a few clients. And man, my quads, it made me realize I haven't done enough lunges and wall balls. Definitely need to get on that. My quads took about 5-6 days to recover, just because I just not used to it, doing like 100 lunges, 100 wall balls. So I thought I was all right in kind of condition, but I wasn't. And now it's really made me think, okay, that's the area I need to really work on. I need to just be doing tons of lunges for strength, also for endurance as well. So of course, come to base. We're running tons of HYROX classes, conditioning classes, strength, hybrid classes, run club as well to prepare people for HYROX. So yeah, we got loads going on. Richard, that's awesome. We will leave links in the episode notes to contact you and to book tickets. Hopefully there's a couple left for Women's Pro and a few other categories. And yeah, thank you very much. Really, really excited to meet you and the team when you come to Thailand.
Great. Can't wait to meet you, Jack. Look forward to it. Thanks, everybody.